If you're not on the team, I invite you to join the team. I invite you to surrender to God and let the gospel be your defining mission. Let it be your perspective. And until you have that moment with God where God says to you, like he said to Paul, I am Jesus. Maybe it's the one you're ignoring. Maybe it's the one you're persecuting. Maybe it's the one you're giving, applause to rather than worship. Until you have that moment with Jesus that you surrender, everything I'm talking about can never be your lens, because until you surrender to Christ, you're striving to please God. But once you surrender, then it's a mind shift, and you start striving to know God. And it's totally different. If your Christian life is just toil, and work and frustrating, you're probably just trying to please God. Good luck. But if you'll get to know God, that's what pleases him. And so strive to know God. If that's you, if something in your heart just kind of jumps when we talk about surrender and knowing God, come talk to us right after this service in the hospitality. And we would love to have that discussion with you. And then I'll speak to the Christ followers. We've talked a lot. Pastor Adam brought last week about the growth we've been having. In 3 services, we've grown right here in the midst of the summer. It's awesome. But another thing Adam and I have talked about is that that's not the finish line. That's not success. A full room, in reality, is just a full room. But if your perspective on church is different than a full room, if your perspective on church is that this is not the end of your Christianity or the all of your Christianity, and you understand that this is a place that we come to corporately worship together, which is so important, that we train together, that we refuel together, and then we launch. It changes your view of everything. You go from, I like comparing churches to boats. I've told you that before. I don't want to be a cruise ship. I don't want to have anything to do with a cruise ship. I'm comfortable with the battleship because we're on mission. But I want to be an aircraft carrier, because then you can do everything that you're called to do. When you're an aircraft carrier, people land, they train, they refuel, and then they go to where they live. They go to where they work. They go to where they play, and they carry the mission with them. That's what we need to be at Magnolia's First. If it's anything else, it's daunting.